Okay, folks, we're going to start with online and TV broadcast. So, as Dan said, if anybody wants to raise a hand, then fire away. If not, David, we've Sean here if you want to ask him.
Yeah, Sean, evening to you.
Oh, yeah.
How are you? Suppose, yeah, just to begin with, just how big of an occasion is this for you and the players, and what's the mood like at the moment?
No, I think the guys are excited especially for training tonight. I think a few guys have played in big stadiums before, and you can't really take it in on match day because you've got to focus on the game. So I think we'll enjoy training tonight and get a good run out, get the legs going after the flight today, and yeah, we'll see how it goes tomorrow.
With the match itself, I suppose the big thing would be to try and frustrate Arsenal for as long as possible, won't they?
Sorry, the computer just went off.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Right. I'm just saying, I say the big thing would be to just kind of frustrate Arsenal for as long as possible and hopefully see a bit of not nervousness, but perhaps a bit of, I don't know, just a bit of frustration creep into their play. That's going to be, I imagine, the game plan.
Yeah, I think as you saw last game, we did that for a good 45 minutes against Mulder. We frustrated them. We limited their chances, and as we got the goal there just before half time. But I think that's going to be the plan as well. And we need to make the most of when we have the ball, because clearly it's not going to be a lot of time that we've got the ball, and we need to keep it when we do have it.
That's going to be difficult though, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's going to be difficult though, isn't it? That's when you're going to have to.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but I think that's where we just need to kind of show a bit of confidence, a bit of bravery to take the ball and do our best with it, because our chances are going to be limited. We know that, but yeah, we need to do the best we can.
Because like, there's just one more from me. Like, there's players in that squad who have obviously were on the run in 2016 and have played in big games. Yourself, like you were over at Watford, you know what it's like in terms of going to setting up properly. I imagine that it's not a game to be daunted by. It has to be one of those where you have to try and thrive and make the most of the experience.
I think so. We've worked hard to get to this stage as it is, and yeah, we're not going to come here and just let the points slide. We have to give everything and have a bit of confidence as well that we can cause an upset tomorrow.
Mark Bryans, you want to go ahead, Mark?
Thank you. Hi, Sean.
Hello.
Obviously, as a former Watford player, you'd have been quite in and around close to the Arsenal training ground back in the day. I just wondered if you had any rub-ins with any of their players or anything during your time there.
We've obviously seen them drive past a lot when we was at Watford. I did play a year with Hector Bellerin, and this is when he was coming through as a great player, great guy. So I'm happy to see how well his career's gone from now on.
Yeah, he'd have been a very young kid when you'd have played with him. What kind of player was he back then?
He was good. He just done these simple things very well, and yeah, I think he was maybe 18, 17 when he come to us, and we were playing in the Championship at the time, and he adapted to the game so well. So credit to him.
And playing at grounds like the Emirates, like you touched on it there, that for some of the players, they never would have played at grounds like this. Just how disappointing is it? It's a bit of a cliche, I know, but how disappointing is it for you guys that there won't be any Dundalk fans in that stadium tomorrow?
It's definitely. I think a lot of fans would have come over as well and supported us, because it's not too far of a flight, and I think they would have loved a couple of days out for it. But it is disappointing. As I said before, we played last week against Mulder, and it did feel a bit different without the fans there.
And just finally, when you see, I don't know if you'd have seen the game because obviously you're playing, but when you see that the Rapid Vienna ran Arsenal fairly close, does that give you confidence that it's not necessarily the foregone conclusion that the majority of people think it'll be tomorrow?
That's right. Like, we have to look at the games they've played, and obviously they're a great team, but there is some weaknesses there, if you could say that, but stuff we have to work on and try and punish.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Ian Bolton, work away, Ian.
Hi, Sean, Ian Bolton from Sky here. But tell us about the coach. Tell us about Filippo. What's he like?
Ever since he's come in, really, he's a likable character. He gets us working. As before he came in, we were struggling a little bit, and he kind of gave us the pickup we needed. So yeah, he's a great guy.
What has he changed? How is he making you better players, if you like?
I think just the intensity. As soon as he came in, stepped up a couple of levels, and we've shown that in the games against maybe Sheriff and even Mulder for a majority of the first half. Yeah, just gave the lads a bit of confidence as well, which was definitely needed at the time.
How far do you sense you could go together?
I think we could go. I think the best thing we could do this year is give a good account of ourselves in Europe. We've got a massive game again on Sunday where we have to get third place to get European football next year as well. So as much as this is a massive game, there's a massive game on Sunday as well, and then again next Thursday. So there's a lot of big games coming up.
Is the match at the weekend perhaps bigger than playing Arsenal in many respects?
I think in many respects, yes, because a lot of us want to carry on playing European football, and if we drop points in the league, it might not be an option. So we need to give everything, obviously, tomorrow night, but again, think about Sunday as well.
Listen, wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else for Sean? Any nationals or dailies at home? Anthony Pine. Go away, Anthony.
Sorry, Sean. How are you?
Yeah, well, good. Thank you.
Good. Sean, if you look at, I'm sure you've looked at the Rapid Vienna game, and in terms of how they actually got their goal.
Yeah. 1 second.
In terms of how they actually got their goal, Arsenal are very dedicated to playing from the back. So, is that something you've talked about first? In terms of pressing, or is it a case of that if you press that high against a team this good that they can kill you on the counter attack? Is that give you a particular problem tomorrow night?
Yeah, we've definitely looked at that, and I think if we do that as a team, press together well, we could create a few chances for ourselves high up the pitch. So that's definitely something we've looked at. But of course, they're a good team, and sometimes they're gonna get out of that press. So we need to be set behind that.
But last week, tactically, the first half seemed to go almost perfectly, but obviously the second half, Mulder just ramped it up a few gears. I mean, how much more difficult is it at this level, and that teams can do that, just move through the gears so quickly and turn the momentum in these types of games?
It's true. They definitely turned it up in the second half, and sorry, the computer went off there.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Sorry, you can hear me? Sorry, Sean.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they did definitely. Mulder showed that in the second half that they can step up a few levels, and I'm sure that's going to be similar to tomorrow night. So we have to learn quickly from that and hopefully bring that into the game tomorrow.
Okay, best of luck, Sean. Thanks.
Owen Kauzo, go on ahead, Owen.
Hey, Sean. I know you had injuries last year, but are we now seeing the Sean Murray that you think you can be at Dundalk in the last month or two?
I think you're right. Yeah, I missed a lot of games last year through injury, and played a lot of games kind of not at full fitness as well. So I think hopefully I'm getting there now, and the run of games that I'm having is definitely helping towards that.
Yeah. What apart from the fitness, is there anything else that's changed, that like you started to score a lot of goals regularly as well?
I think maybe just I'm playing a bit higher up the pitch now, and getting to know the position I'm playing in, and I think that's creating me being higher up the pitch and getting in the box more often, and the chances are falling to me, which is nice.
Yeah, because when you were younger, you were quite a regular goal scorer, weren't you?
Yeah, I think. But even back then, I played on the wings when I was younger, so it's been a lot of changing of positions and kind of finding my way again, which is nice.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Anyone else for Sean? Dan, yeah, fire away.
Hey, Gavin, how are things? Sean, can I just ask you, I think I heard you say in an interview the other day, you're quite keen to stay at the club, but you're one of the players that's out of contract. Is it something you're hoping to resolve your future, like in the coming weeks, or is it something that's been delayed until some of these games are out of the way?
I think it's hopefully something I could get sorted, but that can happen anytime before the end of the season. At the moment, it's kind of just focus on these games that I'm playing now and give the best account of myself as I can, and hopefully the opportunity of a new contract comes with that.
And this whole headed goal record, have you been like, can you? I was going to say, can you get your head around it? Obviously, this sort of dramatic improvement in that department in recent weeks. I mean, can you put it down? And is it something you've been working on in training, time when your runs into the area, or is it just a freakish thing that it's happened 3 of them in a row as it has?
Yeah, I think it's less about my heading ability and more just kind of the timings of the runs. I'm getting in the box at the right time, and the wingers have been putting in perfect crosses, so you can't really ask for much more. As you can see, they're all in and around the 6-yard box, and I just have to get a little touch on it, which is perfect for anyone.
Okay, thanks, Sean. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Mark McCadden. How are you, Mark?
Hey, Gavin. Hi, Sean. Can I just ask, how strange is it to be playing like 20 miles away from where you grew up and not have family and friends able to attend the game?
Oh yeah, it's very strange. Obviously, I'm not far away from here, but sorry.
Keep talking, it's fine. It's just
yeah, even saying that I can't meet my family at the hotel or anything. So having not seen them in a long time and being so close, it is a strange one, but I think they understand.
Yeah, and just, I mean, you know, the to play at the Emirates, I mean, you've obviously you kind of grew up so close to it and so on. I mean, this must be the realization of a bit of a dream for you.
I think so, yeah. I think this is the reason why I came to Dundalk in the first place. It was a chance to play European football, and I think this season we've made the most of that, and it's given us these opportunities.
Cheers.
Barry Landy.
Thanks, Gavin. Hi, Sean. How are you? Sean, obviously, when you were back at Watford, you did have a couple of occasions when you played against Spurs and Chelsea, and you know you would have been the underdog, I suppose, not maybe to the extent that Dundalk are the underdogs tomorrow night. But is there anything in particular you can impart on your teammates in terms of your experiences in those big games against, you know, top quality teams with international players?
You're right. I think there's one memorable game we was 2-0 up against Man City at the Etihad and came in at half-time 2-0 up, and I think we just went in that game with no fear. We knew we had nothing to lose at the time, and I think we have to do the same tomorrow, and it'll give us the best opportunity.
Do you get a sense that there's any fear amongst the players, or is it all really more excitement at the opportunity to come up against these players?
I'd say just excitement, yeah. I think the boys are excited to go training tonight, and they can soak up the atmosphere of playing in the stadium and get used to it. So, and then hopefully go ahead tomorrow, and we can just focus on the game then.
And I know you've touched on the fact that there's going to be no fans in the stadium for either team, obviously, but often when an underdog plays a big side, one of the things they try and do is to quieten the home crowd. And I think in the past, it's fair to say that the Arsenal fans have been known on occasion for getting on the back of the team a little bit. So is that maybe a shame on Dundalk's part that opportunity isn't there to quieten the home fans?
I think so, and I think just having fans there as well would be great for all of us. Obviously it would make things 100 times better if we were playing in a full stadium, but I guess so.
Cheers. Thanks, Sean.
Paul O'Hare. Go ahead, Paul.
Hestrix. Just one question on sort of fitness/fatigue. You've obviously been playing sort of a game every 3 days for the last couple of weeks and will be for the foreseeable future. What sort of toll does that take on the body as a group and your energy levels?
Yeah, obviously there's plenty of games at the moment, and every game's competitive at the moment, where we need to get points in the league and do well in Europe. So, but we've got a fairly big squad where we can change each and every game, and everyone give a good performance for themselves. But it's just massive. We stick to our recovery and get ready for the next game in a couple of days, which it usually is.
Cheers.
Okay, folks, thanks for holding on. I've got Filippo Giovagnoli. We've also got Shane Keegan and Giuseppe Rossi here as well. So if you want to ask a question to either of the two lads, just let us know. Again, if you can put your hand up, we're going to start with broadcasters and online first. So you just put your hand up and we'll get going. Thanks. Ian Bolton, go ahead, Ian.
Hello there, Ian Bolton from Sky Sports here. Hope all is good with you. Are you well?
Are you well?
You well?
Yes, really good. Yeah, really excited.
Tell me, how much of a challenge is this for you?
How much of a challenge is this for you?
Yes, it's a huge challenge to be here and play against one of the best team in the world, in one of the best stadium in the world. Is an unbelievable challenge. Of course, there is no doubt on that.
Are you a little bit in awe?
Are you a little bit in awe, overawed? Are you overawed at all?
No, at all. I'm enjoying. Also, I'm focused. I'm focused also to the next game that is for us is St. Patrick. So I'm thinking already to that game. I'm just enjoying this.
You're relatively new in this job. How much of a learning experience is it for you?
Yeah, it's one of the best learning experience of my life. I like to call this adventure like a learning experience for sure. But then while you learn is becoming your normality, and then you need to perform. You need to be prepared. So it's a learning experience, but then it's becoming your territory where you perform.
And what do you want to see from your players against Arsenal?
Well, I would love to say play, relaxed, composed, and don't be nervous, and just try to perform at their best and show their quality, show our idea of soccer. That will be the best thing to do. And I'm going to tell them for sure to have fun. This is the best part.
And what would it mean to you to get something from this game?
What would it mean to you to get something from the game?
It will be great, not for me, for the club, for the city, for Dundalk, for Ireland, to get some point here, a result. It will be an amazing achievement for not for me, for everyone.
Filippo, thank you.
Cheers.
David Snide, work away, David.
Filippo, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you? You said there you want the players to have fun, but I imagine it will only be fun once the game is going your way and how you want it to go.
Well, it's not true, because you can have fun performing, right? You can have fun challenging the opponent. It's not just about result. It's about apply what we try during practice, what we try to prepare for the game. This is when you enjoy, when you have fun. It's not only at the end a result. It's not only this at all.
Okay, so in that regard, then, what are you looking for? How will you see then those battles for your players? What will they have to do for you to have fun? What will they have to do to have that challenge?
They will need to face the opponent brave. They will need to try to possess, even here in this stadium, try to have some kind of combination, some kind of build up that we want to put in our style. And that will be a real proof that we come here to play and not just to defend and stay behind and wait. Maybe they score us and just arrive at the end of the game suffering. No, not this. I would love to see them take chance, opportunity, take responsibility in the field. This is what I would like to see.
Mikel Arteta said that he listened to one of your interviews to find out more about you. How do you see his teams playing, and what do you know of him? How have you had to do the same to kind of properly understand about Arsenal?
Listen, Mikel Arteta is an inspiration for us. The way that the style that he wants to implement with Arsenal is completely an inspiration for us. Trust me. The way that they want to build up, the way that they did even against Liverpool, that they are one of the teams that press better in the world. They didn't care. They keep on going to build up from the goalie. It's an attacking style, but through principle of build up, and that are amazing. Their reaction on the losing ball is amazing. They defend forward. Is that what they try to apply? It's amazing. You can see what he wants to do. And of course, it's going to take time to consolidate the style that he wants to apply. But I think he's in the right way to do it.
And just finally, for me, could you not have got a nice suit for Shane as well?
For now, Pinstripe Punk, they offer us just two. So we work
What's
on,
wrong with it?
We work on that. We work on that.
We get a result, yeah. No worries. Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks, David. Anthony Pine, work away, Anthony.
Filippo. Hi, Filippo. Can I ask, have you spoken to Liam Brady this week?
Oh, to Liam Brady?
Yeah.
No, I tried to call him, but no, I will try again tonight, to be honest. Yes, because we have a mutual friend that connect us, and he was really nice with me. He was one of my idol when I was young. He was playing with Juventus, so it was really nice to talk with him a few weeks ago. Really good, really nice person.
And can we ask just what sort of advice he passed on, or how the conversation went?
No, we just talk about, it was before of the draw of the group stage. We didn't know that we were playing against Arsenal. He quite honestly told me that he doesn't know much about Irish football. He was honest. And then he said, let's talk later if you wanna, if you want some advice about English football or whatever. And yes, this was what quietly, honestly told me.
I know you've spoken before of your admiration for Jose Mourinho, but as you touched on there, Liam Brady was one of your boyhood heroes playing for Juventus. So this is a nice way for things to come full circle for you to lead a team out at one of his other former clubs tomorrow night.
Yes, it was the question.
He was just saying it's a nice thing for you to be able to lead a team out against one of Liam Brady's former clubs.
Oh yes, for sure. Also, Liam Brady was also the director in the youth academy, if I remember well. Yes, no, for sure. Listen, I'm gonna try to call him tonight again, and I would love to meet him as soon as possible, for sure.
And just finally from me, Filippo, is it perhaps easier to relax your players for tomorrow night's game compared to last week, because you are such enormous underdogs? And as you touched on earlier, it's a game that you just want them to go and enjoy and express themselves.
Yes, it's exactly like that. Last week we felt a little bit more responsibility because we were playing home against Molde, even if it's really strong team from Norway and of course bigger team than us. But we felt that we had some eventually chance to get some point against them. Tomorrow night it's going to be different. It's going to be for us, It's going to be a preparation for the game against St. Patrick. Can I say that?
Okay, good. Best of luck.
I'm joking.
Thanks, Anthony. Barry Landy.
Thanks, Gav. Hi, Filippo. How are you? Filippo, 6 days on from the Malta game, how now do you reflect back on that, and what have you learned from it going into this second group stage game?
We had a lot to learn, of course. The bigger thing was the uncomfortable situation we went through as a staff when they communicate us that I wasn't going to coach and I wasn't not even permit to talk. And then this was a little bit uncomfortable in our chain of command during the game. So something that I don't think tomorrow is going to happen again. And of course, you know, in Europe, even when you have a good moments during the game, the dangerosity of the opponent is always behind the angle, the corner, because here in Europe, if you make a mistake, they punish you, which sometimes in the domestic league this don't happen. Even if I have to be honest, in the league, this happened to us. The first mistake they scored to us. But anyway, so this is what we have. We will need to be really focused to the quality of the opponent.
You referenced there the situation last week in terms of you not being able to go into the technical area. Is that something yourself and Shane have kind of worked a solution between yourselves now for tomorrow night?
Yes, I think that we have, now that we know what's the problem, now we can go through in a different way. So, tomorrow also, I think is going to be easier because the benches are really close to the sideline, which at Talla, we had some problem because they were the board that they were covering the field was quite impossible to see the game from the bench. So we had some problem there. I don't think tomorrow night we're going to have the same problem at all.
Just in terms of the team itself, Dundalk have played 5 European games this season. You've managed 4 of those. I think they've scored 6 goals in total, but only 1 from a striker. Are you happy that the midfielders and defenders are chipping in with goals, or are you disappointed that your strikers can't seem to get the goals in Europe?
But not really, because Pat Oban scored last Thursday and the goal was good. So then sometimes, this happen, and Dave McMillan scored against Andorra. So it's just, I think a case that our midfielders score 3 goals and a case. It's not really, because Sean Murray is really good to do that. He show it. So it's one of our weapons. Sometimes our strikers, they open space where our midfielders, they run through. So it's not a surprise, to be honest.
Considering the opposition tomorrow night, the fact that Arsenal are such an elite club, such great players and a great coach, as you touched on earlier, is a change in formation potentially afoot? I'm not expecting you to give away your tactics right here, but is that something you're considering, and would it be likely maybe we'd see 3 at the back potentially?
I think you answered your question. I'm not going to respond to that. I'm not going to give advantage to a team that is already much stronger than us. And if I have to say even how we're going to play, what we're going to do, then it's going to be too much. So let's see tomorrow.
I know when the draw was made that you were effusive in your praise of Mikel Arteta. You said you really admired him, and you've echoed that statement again today. You said you were looking forward to speaking to him. With the COVID situation now, is that likely to happen, or will you have to keep your distance, or how will that work?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talk with him. We're going to keep the social distance, but I think we can have a conversation, and I hope that Mikel is going to be nice to have a little chat before the game with us. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I really admire him.
And just finally from me, the games are coming so quick. You're playing in Europe virtually every single week, and you always have another game at the weekend as well in the league. Have you been able to appreciate the level of support you're getting from the supporters in Dundalk? Because obviously they can't attend the games, but around the town, people are very excited. How much of that do you actually see?
No, yes, we feel the support from the beginning, from when we arrived. I mean, not really from the beginning. It was a little bit people were skeptical about us, but then after a week or two, when they realized, how passionate we were to try to help the team to do well, I think the supporter start to, stay closer to us and support us and send message and then call us per name even when we go around the city. It cheers us. So it was really nice, to be honest.
Okay, cheers. Thanks, Filippo. All the best.
Okay, Mark, man, Bryant.
Hi, Filippo. You were asked there about the differences really in size of clubs between Dundalk and Arsenal. I suppose the easiest way to measure that would be the fact that Arsenal have got a player that they pay £350,000 a week that will not be playing tomorrow because he can't get into their 25-man squad. Does that sum up the differences between the two sides?
Yes, there is a big difference, and but what was the question? What do you think I have to respond to answer to this? I mean, it's quite obvious that there is like an heavyweight boxer against a super lightweight, right? So we will just need to try to make them run uncomfortable a little bit. Yes, I mean, everything is tomorrow in this game is obvious. The difference, the quality. Let's make the passion something maybe bigger in our side.
Is it difficult for you because you're not sure how strong Mikel Arteta will go with his team? You can't prepare for Aubameyang, Lacazette because you don't know if those players will be playing?
Is it difficult because we don't know what our starting players are likely to be?
I don't think that is the problem. They can pick any player and they're going to be top player. It's more important to understand what is their style, what is their how they're going to play, instead to look to the players, the way that they're going to build up, the way that they're going to attack, where they attack, what they do. More in general, working on the principle more than in the characteristic of the players. Any players they're gonna put in the lineup is gonna be a top player, so that's not a problem at all.
Great, thank you.
Owen Kaiser, go ahead, Owen.
Hey Filippo, when you were a player, like, did you ever face like a big team like Juventus or an AC Milan in the Coppa Italia or anything like that?
No, not in the cup. No, in the cup. No, even when I was playing in Serie C, I didn't have the chance to play a bigger team. I had many friendly games against big teams in pre-season. Yes, during the season, in pre-season, yes, with my team, yes.
So do you appreciate this more now to have this chance as a coach to face, as you said, a heavyweight team?
Yes, it's really nice. It's really nice to be here. It's a dream, right? It's a dream for us. But now that we are here, we want to perform.
I mean, you mentioned there, you described it as a lightweight against a heavyweight. Ordinarily, a lightweight can't knock out a heavyweight. So how can you tackle them, or can you do something to beat them?
Well, what a lightweight can do against an heavyweight, yes, it has to work more, because if you get closer to them, then they're gonna kill you. So if I don't know how to say in English, but yeah, there is not really how to compare the two sports, right, in terms of performance, because a lightweight eventually has to run more. But how is possible to run more of Arsenal? We have just to match eventually their intensity for a part of the games, and stay focused and play with passion and play with with this kind of characteristic. But there is no comparison. We can't compare the two clubs, the two teams.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, guys, anyone else for Filippo or Shane? Dan, yeah, fire away, Dan.
Hi, Filippo. Just in terms of preparation for this game, like even for Filippo or for Shane, like you do your normal analysis work, but do you need to show players some weaknesses in a team like this when it is such a strong opponent, or do you focus in on all the strengths that they have?
Well, Shane did a really good video analysis that encouraged us to come here and play. He was really good. At the end of the analysis that we're gonna keep going to do it even today and tomorrow. He was looking that maybe we can beat them. So it was really an encouragement. So now Shane, please say it.
Yeah, so we finished the video session yesterday morning, Dan. We were out on the pitch, and Giuseppe just came across and he said, before the video, I think we will be hammered, and after your video, I think we will win this game. You make them look so bad. But obviously enough, it took a lot of time to try and find any clips of any weaknesses in them. But look, there are with any team, no matter how good or how bad there are areas that if you do things really, really well, you might be able to possibly get at them a small bit. And look at, just looking at a few of those weaknesses, trying to give the boys some ideas as to how, because we can't, as Filippo said, we just quite simply can't be on the back foot for the whole game. There are going to be, we might only get 1-2 opportunities in the game, but sometimes 1-2 opportunities can be enough for a team to pull off something miraculous,
And are you sending like individual stuff to individual players as well? Any clips and stuff like that? I don't know, Michael Duffy or someone, are you giving them various bits and bobs on certain players and opponents?
Yeah. Look, you try and do, and some lads are into it more than others. Michael maybe at times nearly have to be told who he's playing against as he's walking out in the field. He's so laid back and such a natural footballer, so he is. But others, it's usually, to be honest with you, it's usually defensive players ask for more stuff than attacking players. So yeah, look, we'll give them bits and bobs. As we've said, it's a little bit harder to predict their starting 11 than maybe some of the other opponents that we've played against, which is why we focus more on the team's overall style of play than any of the individual qualities within the team. But look, we think we've given them, enough information to hopefully give them a bit of hope and maybe potential weakness here or there.
Okay, that's fine for me. Cheers, lads. Best of luck.
Thanks.
Anyone else, guys? We've got to wrap it up soon because training starts in 10 minutes. So is there anyone else there? Any final questions? No, I think that's us, lads. Thanks a million.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.